Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty specific, but really crucial for anyone in the AV world. We're looking at the Blustream HSP14CS. It's a 4-way 4K HD Base CT splitter. So our mission is simple: cut through the tech specs and figure out how this one box solves really the biggest headaches out there, getting huge 4K video signals over long distances without everything falling apart.
That really is the core challenge, isn't it? You've got this one source, and it's pumping out a full 18 gigabits per second.
That's the full-fat 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4 signal.
Exactly. And this device has to act as a traffic cop. It takes that massive video load and just reliably pushes it out to 4 different places using HDBaseT, all while juggling the physical limits of distance.
Okay, so let's get into that. The core tech here is HDBaseT. That's kind of a magic word in installations, but why is it so much better than, say, just trying to run a really long HDMI cable?
It's the unification.
Yeah.
HDBaseT lets you run your video, your control signals, and this is the big one power, all over one single CAT cable. It's simple. But this is where the physics comes in and where the splitter has to be smart. If you want that absolute best signal, the 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4.
No compromises.
Right. Zero color compression. You're limited to 40 meters. But if you're okay with dropping that down to, say, 1080p, suddenly you can go up to 70 meters on the same cable.
So it's a bandwidth game.
It's all about managing bandwidth.
And looking at the box, it's not just a simple 1-to-4 split. I see it's 1 HDMI in, 4 HDBaseT outs, but there's also an HDMI loop out. That seems pretty vital.
Oh, it's essential. It means you can have a local monitor right there at the rack to see what's going on, or you can even cascade it, send the signal on to a whole other system.
Right. Now, this gets to what I think is the most critical feature. Installers always talk about weakest link syndrome, where you have 4 displays, but one is an older 1080p monitor, and it forces the source to downgrade the quality for all the other shiny new 4K screens. Is that what this independent video downscaling is for?
That is precisely the problem it was designed to solve. It's the key. This splitter is smart enough to check what each individual display can actually handle.
On each port.
On each port, independently. So let's say your source is that beautiful 4K 60 4.4.4 signal. The splitter sees that one of your displays can only do 1080p.
Okay.
So for that one output, it scales the video down to 1080p 60 Hz. But, and this is the important part, it leaves the other 3 outputs completely untouched, sending them the full 4K signal. It can even handle converting to a different color space, like 4.2.0 if a screen needs it.
So basically, your worst screen no longer gets to dictate the quality for your best screens. That's huge. And it's doing all this while still supporting HDMI 2.0, HDR, and that all-important HTCP 2.2 copy protection. Let's shift to the other features. You mentioned power. POC, or power over cable. Why is that such a big deal for an installer?
It just makes the job so much cleaner. POC means this splitter is sending power out through the CAT cable to the little receiver boxes at each TV.
So no power brick behind the display.
No power brick, no need for an outlet right there. It's one less thing to install, one less thing that can fail. It saves so much time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about audio? I see it has audio breakout.
Yeah, and it does it concurrently, which is really cool. It pulls the audio off the HDMI signal and gives it to you on 2 separate outputs at the same time. You get an analog 3.5 millimeter stereo jack.
It's like a simple soundbar or something.
Exactly, or an auxiliary system. But you also get a digital coaxial output, so you can run that to a high-end surround sound receiver for things like Dolby Atmos or DTS HD Master Audio. You get both options simultaneously.
Maximum flexibility then.
Yeah.
And to round it out, it looks like it has proper management tools, like ED controls via a DIP switch and IR ports.
Right, so you can really fine-tune the system and make sure all the devices are talking to each other correctly. When you put it all together, this isn't just a splitter, it's more of an integrated solution. It combines your high-res video, your power control, and multiple audio outputs all into one workflow over one cable.
So a final thought for you to take away. Considering just how complex it is to manage all these different video standards, 4.4.4 versus 4.2.0 and the strict distance limits you're always fighting against, just how much of a headache is solved by offloading everything, power, control, and audio, onto a single smart CAT cable connection. Something to think about on your next big project.